Welcoming guys to another scout report, and today we are scouting Rueben Bain Jr. Another edge rusher that I'm gonna scout on the channel. Now again, I have recently for edge rushers. This is my second one on the channel. I did scout Arbel Reeves about 2 weeks ago now, so I'm getting through the edge rushing class for 2026. The games I watched was Bethune Cookman, Florida. Oh yeah, from Miami, by the way. SMU, Syracuse, Pittsburgh, Notre Dame, South Florida, Texas A&M, Ohio State, Ole Miss, and Indiana. Now, let's get into his strengths. Now, one thing I picked up on his tape was that he has a great power. He has a great leverage. So again, he's very compact. He has a very compact frame, and then then it allows him to use heavy hands against the offense, and especially go against the quarterback. And he has heavy hand strikes, and with those heavy hand strikes, he just makes himself so superior, especially against the quarterback, and against the offense. He has some really good violent leverage, which again you would love that. Again, if you're any defensive, again come to the Lions. He has capability of dominating both. Again, he can dominate tight ends. He can dominate tight ends and tackle pass. Again, he's good at tackling tight ends and tackles. And then the second thing I saw on his tape was his pass rush and production. Now his production numbers, he has that kind of. If you look at him if you've seen a lot if you've seen his tape, you would see that Rueben Bain just has a lot of that never stop kind of elite speed to conversion mindset, and that is so great to have, especially in the NFL, especially in the edge. And he has huge, again, his sack numbers for 2026 were great. So he was putting up about 7.5 sacks per game, 7.6 sacks per game. And then he's got a good IQ as well. You can play Rueben Bain in two different ways. You can play him as a wide 9, and then you can play him as an interior as well. So he's not really restricted of where he can be. So again, whatever scheme you're going to play. So if you want to play defense, with whoever the defense coordinator is, and that defense coordinator plays with a wide 9, again, Rueben Bain can play that wide 9 position. He also can play that interior role, and then he can also display that great gap of discipline as well. So again, you've got somebody there that has got a great footballing brain and has that versatility that can, again, he can work as a wide 9, or he can be an interior. He can work as an inside linebacker. So again, he's got so much versatility about him, and I like that. He's got also a couple more things I want to talk about with strengths. He's strong anchor. He's good at. You'll see him often on tape shredding blocks and making plays in the run game. Again, something that, again, speaking from a Lions point of view here, I would love him at the Lions, because that's something that we haven't really got in the team. I know Aiden Hutchinson is great, but we need somebody else with Aiden Hutchinson to do all this stuff. And I think I would love him at the Lions, especially to help on the run game side of things for the defense. And then his quickness is there. He's just so sharp. He has an excellent twitch and late movement, and then he can counter quickly as well. So again, he thinks quickly on his feet, and I think that's just great. With his weaknesses, again, his arm length. Again, if you look at his arm length, his arm length's 31 inches, and that is a big concern, especially when you're coming at the NFL level. And again, that could neutralize him, especially when it comes to, again, it's okay doing that at the college level, but his his arm length that's a problem, and that is kind of one problem, especially when you're going up against an elite level NFL offense. That's going to be a huge addition when you're going up against so elite guys in this league, and that's going to kind of neutralize it a bit. He's limited as a pass rush mover, like his pass rush moves. He rise again. One thing that I think again, if he was caught again, depends where he goes to here in the 2026 draft. But if you can find a defensive coordinator that can really stop him relying heavily on speed and power and bull rushing, and develop more as a counter mover, then that would be great. Like if you can, again, he can still do the speed and power stuff, but just don't do it all the time. Don't just rely on that. That side of like with your defense. Why don't you develop more as a counter mover? So again, you're still versatile in the stuff I said earlier, but again, you're again getting better on that counter movement. You're not heavily relying on the heavy speed and the power to turn over the quarterback or the tight end or whoever. You know, if you work better on the counter movements, then you're instantly improving. Again, that's another key part that you need as a tool in the defense. And then sometimes on tape he'll abandon it. He'll abandon his lane, like his discipline sometimes, in favor of like creating plays, and then that also leads to like missed tackles. He's given up a multiple fouls and penalties, and again, if he just plays a better football, and he doesn't abandon, if he just stays disciplined more, doesn't like lose concentration, then that would be that'd be good for him, because again he's missing out on those tackles. Like again, he's above tackle rate like 20%. So again, if he improved, like if he was just more focused on his discipline, when he's like more disciplined and more grounded, and then in favor of like creating plays, which ultimately is making him like not giving up multiple fouls in the game. And then the last kind of thing here, he has a again, the last kind of thing here is like his projection. Like again, he has a super high ceiling. If you look at him on tape, if you look at Rueben Bain on tape, you can see that this kid's got something in it. But again, he could be he could be one of those guys that, again, if you just play to his strengths and you coach some of the stuff that I said, if he improves on some of it, in stuff in his game, like again, if he improves more on the counter movements in his pass rush moves and the other stuff, like if he's more disciplined and he has better techniques in plays, then I think again his ceiling could be there, as again you could see him as one of those elite level power edge rushers in the league. But yeah, where do I see Rueben Bain? I mean, again, I would say he's a day one pick. I'm not saying like he's like, oh, whatever. He's definitely a day one pick. Maybe top 15, maybe, but definitely, I think if you're looking again, there's a lot of additions, that a lot of teams, especially this year, that need defensive cover. The Lions need some defensive cover. The Browns need a miracle, but yeah, there's a lot of that. The Bears need some more defense. Again, if you're looking at the Bears here, and like, I think if you're looking at this from like a Ben Johnson point of view, I'm like, I've got to beef up that defense. Dennis Allen's got to go. He's staying. But if you're looking at if you're a Bears fan, I'm looking at Rueben Bain going, yeah. I mean, again, take him again. It's not always like, oh, he's the best guy on the board. No, it's not. He's the best guy. It's like you've got to get what's available and what's best. And if Rueben Bain drops for the Lions later on in the first round, I'm taking him, because we need bodies and numbers in that position. It's a position in the defense we haven't fixed for years, and if we can get somebody like Rueben Bain coming in, who again has that higher ceiling, has that, if he's coached right, and we get the right, if we had the right defensive coordinator, the ceiling's endless of what he could be. He could be very elite as an elite edge rusher. And again, I think Ian, you've got to just go for who's best on the board. But yeah, I will have, guys, I'm gonna have my mock draft coming out. Hopefully, weekend, maybe Saturday, Sunday. I will have it up. But yeah, bye guys. Oh yeah, and hype the video, guys. I keep saying this. I forget to keep mentioning it, but hype the video, guys. Keep hyping it up. Woo! Just hype the video and subscribe and like and all that other bullshit. But yeah, thanks, guys.